This is Spider-Man in real life. Thank you so much for checking out my page. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. At the end of the video, make sure to like and comment on this video if it brought you anything. So let's get started with thing number one. Now, before you get started on purchasing your first Spider-Man cosplay, you have to have a design. So you can go through the websites that we'll be talking about here in a moment, or you can actually purchase a design and have it custom made for you. So I've been cosplaying as our favorite web-headed hero for about 2 years now, and I've had a lot of things that I've learned on the way, different ways to, get my costumes faster first off, which is a big thing, enhance my Spider-Man look and create unique designs that no one else has, as well as, at an affordable cost. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to look official. You're trying to look like the real life Spider-Man, right? That's the whole purpose of cosplaying. I've purchased over 15 Spider-Man costumes, and with each one, I've learned a little bit more about what I'm gonna do approaching the next costume that I get. So I have 3 big points to make in today's video that will help guide you on your journey of creating the perfect Spider-Man cosplay. Let's get it started with this video. And it's time to get this video rolling with point number 1. And that is, of course, the start of getting your Spider-Man cosplay. And with that being said, you are going to have to come up with a design. Although the sites that we're going to be talking about in point number 2 are a great place that you can purchase designs, I personally think that if you're trying to create really a unique look, you want to go with something that they don't purchase on either Zentai Zone or RPC Studios. In saying, I use a lot of these accounts that I found off Instagram. In my opinion, their designs are a lot more unique, a lot better, and they have a lot of different designs that you just can't find on the regular websites that we're going to mention here in a moment. So in saying, there's 3 different Instagram accounts that I would recommend checking out before you actually purchase your file from either Zentai Zone or RPC Studio, whichever one you decide to go with. My first is somebody that I've actually purchased from multiple suits, and each suit I really love the designs. They're simple, there's not a whole lot of muscle shading, which is what I like more. It makes it look like a more realistic costume, and that is an Instagram account known as Web Warrior Workshop. They come up with some absolutely breathtaking designs that will have everybody at the next cosplay or con looking at you going, where do I get that? Honestly, gotten a few suits from him. Really awesome designs. Another great designer that I'm gonna have to put in for number 2 is Simon Designs. Now this guy, he has some really great designs, past even just Spider-Man. I highly recommend going to his Instagram, checking out his page, and I believe the suit that I have from him is the black PS4 symbiote suit, which is a fan favorite and honestly one of my favorites. In place number 3, I have Joel House. Now this guy makes some really cool designs. If you've actually seen my white custom Superior Spider-Man suit, that was created by him, and I mean, you can't get anything else like that. The one thing I like about using these 3 people, or just using 3D designers in general, is the fact that their costumes look a lot more realistic, and in my opinion, they're a lot better put together than the stuff that you'll find on the regular website. So before just jumping in and just purchasing a costume from RPC Studio or Zentai Zone, make sure to check out those 3 names, as those will really set you apart from most other Spider-Man cosplayers. And that brings us to point number 2. And for point number 2, we are going to have to assemble the costume now. So there's a couple different sites that I've actually purchased through. The first site that I purchased through was actually RPC Studios. It's probably the most popular site to actually have people create their Spider-Man costumes. But one site that really has done it for me is Zentai Zone. Recently, Zentai Zone actually switched to a new costume company called Print Costumes Official. Actually makes it a lot easier for you to purchase everything there. That's actually what I would recommend more than RPC Studio. Now there's a few reasons why. And now RPC Studios does make very good high quality costumes, but the issue with them is they're a lot more expensive than Zentai Zone, and they actually take at least double the amount of time to arrive. Whereas you'll be waiting 2 to 3 months with an RPC Studio costume, whereas it will take anywhere from, 2 weeks to about a month to receive your Zentai Zone suit, and at a fraction of the price. And who doesn't love a little bit of discounts? And saying you can purchase a custom suit, as we mentioned in our point number 1, with somebody that like the Joel House Signman Designs, or even a Webware Workshop, and you can still save money compared to just purchasing off of RPC Studio. So definitely something to put into consideration when purchasing your first Spider-Man cosplay. But we are not over and done with point number 2. So when purchasing off of one of these sites, the one thing that you always want to do is have the custom measurements done for yourself. And saying you're gonna have to have a measuring tape. If you don't have one, it's like $2 or $3 at the store, and have one of your friends, parents, etc., brothers or sisters actually measure your whole body in inches, and then they give you a list on both websites about what upgrades you want on your suit. I might miss a couple here, but really you want almost all of the upgrades, in my own opinion. They definitely have served me well. And saying you want to upgrade the fabric, so I think that's like $30. It's a lot more durable, and Print Costumes Official actually just released colored fabrics, which is big, and I will be purchasing that for my next Spider-Man cosplay. But in saying, you want to make sure that you get the neck zipper. I always get the zippers right here. They're invisible, you can't really see them, and it makes it great. So if you're trying to text, a lot of the times it's really hard to text with these gloves on, this spandex gloves. It really makes it difficult to pull out the phone. So just having that zipper there allows you to eat your food, text, do whatever you got to do with your hands, and be hands-free without those annoying gloves. As well, I get the U-shaped back zipper. So that's going to make a U on the back compared to just having it as a straight line on your back. It really takes away from the Spider-Man look, and it makes you look a lot more official. And saying you're also going to want to get the crotch zipper, because the last thing you want to do is constantly be having to take off the whole costume just to pee, and it's not too noticeable. I always get the insoles added, as well as the kung fu shoes. Moving forward, now that I'm a little bit more of an advanced cosplayer, I figured out ways to add soles to the shoes, but for you just getting started, I recommend just getting the kung fu shoes. Otherwise, it's like less fabric than a sock, and it's gonna be really hard for you to walk around in those things. In saying, make sure to not, this is something that I had a run-in in the past, because I just was clicking yes on all the boxes of getting everything added. I would recommend not getting the screen printed emblems, as it's more of like a sticker, and with you moving around and stuff, it will actually start to tear the sticker in multiple spots, as per what's happened with my advanced suit, and why I'm gonna need another one. It looks really cool at first, but for the longevity of the suit, it's just not going to work. Another thing that I would be cautious about making sure that you don't do is they have the removable gloves that you can do, and you do not want that. That's something that I had made a mistake and accidentally pressed yes to, and you can they make your gloves like up to here, and you have to like take them on and off, and it just doesn't usually line up with the other part of the suit, and it just takes away from you looking like the real life Spider-Man, So I actually had to sew mine back on. I had a tailor do that, and I wasted like $50. Don't make that mistake. That's basically all the advice I got to give you about whether to choose RPC Studio or Zentai Zone or Print Costumes Official, as they are called now. This is our final point, and one that I really want to get across for you if this is your first time cosplaying as Spider-Man, and that is the mask underneath. So there is options where you can just have the lenses and attach to the mask. The issue with that is you're not gonna look official. It's gonna you're gonna see a lot of your nose and your mouth come in, and it just doesn't look good. Now, these websites, RPC Studio and of course Print Costumes Official, do offer face shells. Now, I have purchased one from, I believe I did Print Costumes Official, and let me just show you this real quick. This is what came in the mail. Now, there's a lot of issues here with this face shell. So for one, there's not a coating over the top that you get from other people that create this, so the mask will just kind of slide over, and you'll get a lot of creases next to the eyes and all over, and it just doesn't look good. Second, it doesn't fit. You're gonna have to wear this all day at a cosplay, you know, or at a Comic-Con event, and you want to have some sort of comfortability. Now, I never wore these costumes. I spent, you know, I did wear these costumes. I never wore these face shells. I spent 80 bucks on this one and then probably another 80 on this one. And you know why I didn't wear them? Because I put it on with the rest of my suit and I was like, dude, this takes away from the costume and makes me not look official anymore. The most important piece in your Spider-Man cosplay is the face shell. The face shell makes or breaks the costume. You could have a mediocre cosplay, but as long as the face shell looks good, you're gonna look official. The mask is everything. I cannot alliterate that enough to you guys. So we can see a slight difference between these two. Now again, I just mentioned over how there's like a sticky substance on some of my higher quality masks, and you can see that sticky substance, it allows the mask to stay there and be in a firm position there. As well, this one's a very special mask made by Keiko Cosplay. Highly recommend checking out his page, but it has a lot of vents in here, which allows you to have that breathability. And another really awesome added bonus is it has this on the inside to protect your face, because this 3D print without this sometimes will really scrape up the inside of your face, and it's not a fun feeling to go through. So in saying, there is a lot of awesome creators, or costume props creators, that are creating these Spider-Man face shells. Now, I just mentioned one. He's somebody that I've actually purchased with about 4 times now. I've got my PS4, my Far From Home, my Homecoming, and then also the Miles Morales from the game from him. And each one I highly recommend. He comes up with a great product for a really good price. That is Keiko Cosplay. I'll link him right here. You can see his page. As well, there's another one, Matthew HDC, and this guy makes some absolutely breathtaking face shells that look so screen accurate, you'll just look like you're freaking Andrew Garfield. So those are 2 of my highest recommendations. I would not recommend purchasing through the sites RPC as well as Sentai Zone, as I just truly think that they look kind of cheesy. And although it may be cheaper, you know, it may be like $50 cheaper, you know, you're not gonna look as good. It's really gonna take away, and you're gonna look like the great value Spider-Man. And you're here to look like Spider-Man in real life. Well, not this Spider-Man in real life, but your Spider-Man in real life. Whatever suit that is that customs or fits best to you. To reiterate, number 1, design. You have to have a dope design. It could be original, it could be whatever you want. Just make sure to check out those pages that I recommended before you just hop right on to either Sentai Zone or RPC and just get the costume that you see there. Secondly, the website you use. RPC is a little bit more expensive. The quality, honestly, is the same to me. There's not much of a difference. Now the insoles and the Kung Fu shoes that they use are a little different, but I still prefer the Sentai Zone Kung Fu shoes comparative to those ones. And if you want your costume like ASAP, or if you're in like a time crunch to get this costume before a con, you gotta go with Sentai Zone. Number 3, the face shell. We can't forget about what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. That's a mask, and you need that plastic face shell underneath it. I give you a couple good sources to check out there, and I hope that helps you guys out as you begin your journey on embarking your personal Spider-Man. I know it's gonna be amazing. Make sure to, you know, show some love on that, and to do your research. That's the biggest thing that you gotta do before you just purchase in. Do your research, look at the designs, look up different hashtags like Spider-Man cosplayer hashtags, a great one to look up on Instagram to get some design patterns that you would like to see on you and that you think would look amazing. And that brings us to a close of today's video, where I just went over 3 things that you need to know if you're trying to cosplay Spider-Man. Hey, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, to like this video, and to comment what kind of content you guys would like to see next. I'm looking into getting some short films with my Daredevil costume for you guys, but really I just decided to do this video and add some value to your guys' life and give you some information about that's helped me a lot in my journey of cosplaying Spider-Man. So Spidermannreallife is out. Much love. Make sure to send me pictures or tag me on Instagram if you found any of this information useful and you actually went through with it. So I might hear back from you in like a month or 2, but I always love hearing from you guys and seeing what you guys caught cooking up in your cosplay kitchen. As always, much love, and Spider-Man in Real Life is out.